Time now is 8:50, coming up 8:52. Now we go to Larry Sparano with some commentary. Hey, what do you think?
Wow. Well, first of all, Kent, who are these people? And who ran this piece? Where did it come from?
They're long-term Republicans, and they're all over the YouTube, over the internet.
So these
I
were
mean,
picked just randomly from YouTube postings?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we don't know
One
specifically
was,
who they are. We don't know,
well,
which.
one was a Florida Republican official. Another one was a Texas resident. A third one, the woman, was I think she was from Maryland or something like that.
And,
What's
and
your
the
point?
and these are people that just post these themselves on the internet, or were they part of MSNBC or a report like that?
They're just on the
Okay. Well, Ken, I mean, first of uh, all of them sounded very scripted, not like off the cuff random remarks. So, right there, I don't think this is a good sample of, random thoughts from random Republicans. Uh, and, certainly uh, it doesn't represent, I don't think, a broad section of Republicans. Now, while some of their concerns may be valid, some of the points about Trump may be valid, are all Republicans thinking that way? And are they really going to make a difference in this election? I mean, these sound like people who didn't vote for Trump to begin with in 2016. So therefore, how much a factor will their defections be if that's what it's really going on? Now with the Republican leaders, like Mitch McConnell, which we could see behind me on the screen, yeah, they're beginning to distance themselves. Now, these are high-ranking Republican leaders, which is significant. But they're doing that again, Ken, out of politics, not principle, because they're hedging their bets in case Trump loses. So that's why they're creating some distance. But again, I don't think what we've heard from these unrandom remarks from unrandom Republicans, I don't think that represents a solid base at all, which I don't think has eroded. So how much of a factor these Republicans swinging will be, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think his base is somewhat solid. I mean, I think it's
Yeah,
still in, 30%,
yeah.
1%. But I mean, I think he can't win with that base. I mean, even if every one of those 31% people vote for him, he's not going to be able to win.
Well, Rasmussen has a poll now where it's only a 3 point difference between him and Biden. So it's really hard to tell at this point. And again, can I keep emphasizing? I think there's a hidden vote here, similar to what was going on with Nixon in 72, 68 and 72, where it was the silent majority, as he called it. And again, it was a reaction to a lot of the extreme liberalism and the violence of the 60s and 70s. I think the same thing is going on here now with all the rioting and the killings and all that in the big cities, which isn't being reported very much on MSNBC or CNN, but I think it's having an effect because people in those communities are spreading the word. So again,
But I mean, don't think
what I didn't hear you, Ken.
don't you think that COVID-19 is what's going to really do him in? I don't know if he can recover from that. Do you think he can?
Yeah, I mean that's significant. And again, Ken, it depends on who gets blamed for it. Is Trump soundly being blamed for it, or do people
I think
have,
he is.
various opinions on it came from China? Fauci and the others at first said there was no big deal. Trump followed their lead, and now he's being blamed for it. Perhaps it'll do him in. I'm not sure, but again, it's another factor at this point that's hard to read.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
that's interesting. But I think, what do you think about these new, his latest pressers, these press conferences he's back having again? Do you think they're effective at all? Or
Well, he's trying to get it out there to the public, that he's not hiding like Biden is, and he's spinning it politically his way to take the focus off of him, and he's very good at doing that. But again, it's how it's being reported. Now, Fox, of course, it's all over Fox all the
right?
time, 24/7. The other networks are minimizing that. So in terms of the public receiving his attempted messages here, it's hard to tell how much of that's getting out to the general public. But again, Ken, I think the Rasmussen poll is interesting because it's way lower than the other polls are saying, oh, he's 10, 15 points behind. Rasmussen's 2, 3 points with Biden. So again, I think there's a hidden vote here, a hidden emotion, a backlash that could be developing. Again, I could be wrong, but I just wouldn't put that much stock yet in most of the polls.
All right. All right, so we'll talk tomorrow then. Thank you. See
All right.
you
All
later.
right, Ken. Bye.
Bye.